What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at some predictions I made back in December of last year. And guys, I'll be honest, I was wrong with a couple of these predictions, and we'll go through them all and just kind of talk about what has transpired over the past 8 months and what is going to happen over the next 3 to 4 months to close out 2025. So the first prediction we'll start with is that Prismatic Evolutions was going to be the best investment that you could make based on a set release in 2025. I said this was going to be better than the Team Rocket set, now known as Destined Rivals, and anything else that came out this year. And that really hasn't proven to be the case, although it is still fairly close. So I know a lot of people like memeing on Prismatic Evolutions. The ETBs have been coming down over the past 3 months or so, 6 months at this point. Lots and lots of reprints have come. And if you only watch 5-second snippets of my videos, especially on, the channels of Cosplay and Sociopaths, you probably wouldn't get a full understanding of what I've actually said about Prismatic over the past 8 months. I imagine we are going to see a lot of this get reprinted, which could affect where this ultimately goes. Prismatic could get the Crown Zenith treatment, where we see just a huge reprint that knocks the price down, basically slashing it in half and taking a year to recover. And that's definitely what has happened over the past few months. Pokemon has just printed this into the ground. Ironically, though, the price of an ETB is still $100. So it really hasn't done what I think Pokemon wanted these reprints to do. Is that going to lead to more reprints? Who knows? Either way, when it comes to the prediction, when we look at the return on investment, it hasn't done terribly. The MSRP on this is $50. Market price is $100. That's still about 100% ROI. When it comes to Destined Rivals, the ETB, same sort of situation. The MSRP is $50. It's going for $98. So basically the same ROI on ETBs. Now I will say the annualized ROI would be higher for Destined Rivals because it's a newer set. Also, when you look at like the PCTBs, that's another comparison you could make. Prismatic is currently higher, but again, the annualized ROI is going to be lower compared to Destined Rivals just because it came out only a couple months ago. We're going to have to wait and see how things play out the rest of the year, but I think Destined Rivals is probably going to be the better investment in 2025 just by a little bit. And then also, Phantasmal Flames is coming later this year. That could be kind of like a potential dark horse depending on what happens. I'm not sure if we've had confirmation or not about that like Mega Charizard XEX, whatever it was, that SIR leak, if it's legit or not. It looks legit. I imagine it is going to be a legit card, and if it's not, I am going to cry like a lot of other people because that was an awesome artwork. But either way, that was prediction 1. Prismatic was going to be the best. It doesn't really seem like that is going to be the case. Now, prediction number 2 was that PC ETBs, speaking of these, we're going to outperform booster boxes in 2025. And I talked about Surging Sparks. I know this isn't a 2025 release, but I said this year, the PCTB, it was going to outperform Surging Sparks. Also, like all of these other sets, Destined Rivals, that has been the case. The MSRP on these is $60 on the Pokemon Center. They're now selling for $240, so that's a 4x return. The MSRP on a booster box is $161. The current market price is $300, $310. So you're about to double up on the booster box compared to 4x on the PCTB. Surging Sparks as well. This box has been reprinted a lot, down 7% over the past 6 months. The PCTB up 33%. And I think that's kind of the case for a lot of these sets moving forward. If Pokemon doesn't reprint the PCTBs, it kind of makes sense that out the gate they're going to do a lot better than booster boxes, at least for the first 12 months, maybe even more going forward. So that was prediction number 2. I will give myself some brownie points there because that kind of has been the case. Now, the prediction that I made after that was that some sets were going to get massive reprints. I didn't know exactly what set it was going to be. I threw out some ideas like Surging Sparks, Prismatic Evolutions. I think I said Twilight Masquerade could potentially get massive reprints. There were a couple other sets I said. I wasn't sure exactly which ones. Prismatic has gotten massive reprints. And then also Surging Sparks, I think it's fair to say, has gotten a decent amount of reprints. We got booster boxes earlier this year. We got booster bundles. We're now getting the Costco bundles, which is like the ETB and the booster bundle. So I'll probably count that prediction because we have gotten a decent amount of reprints of some of these sets. And it makes sense too. The box prices out the gate, Surging Sparks in December was already $220, $230. It was quite obvious that we were going to get more booster boxes. And that's why I still feel confident we're going to get more Destined Rivals booster boxes. Those out the gate are what, $300, $310. So it makes sense that Pokemon would put out more of those. If they don't, I would be shocked. But again, that is something that we're going to have to wait and see what transpires over the next 3-4 months, maybe even into 2026. Now, prediction number 4 I made was that Sword and Shield booster boxes were going to continue climbing. The funny thing about this is that I am kind of right in this. I predicted that these boxes were going to continue to jump up, but I was completely wrong in my predictions on where they would end up. So I think Fusion Strike, infamously, if you go watch the video, I said was going to get to like $400, and this is now a $900 booster box. There's sales of $1,000, I believe, on eBay. Most recent sale on TCG Player from yesterday, $945. So I was way off in terms of the ROI that we'd see and where these boxes would ultimately end up. I don't think anyone, honestly, could have predicted where the Sword and Shield boxes, the Sun and Moon, the XY, where any of these would have been at the end of 2025, or at least at this point in the year. So I'm not going to take too much credit for this prediction because it was also kind of obvious, right? I mean, saying that Sword and Shield booster boxes in a hype cycle after they were all out of print, we're going to continue to go. I mean, that wasn't really a super bold prediction. So I'm not going to take too much credit there, but that was prediction number 4. And then the final prediction I made, which I can't really bring anything up on screen for, I'll just show you guys a nice, beautiful photo of an Evolving Skies box. I said that there was going to be some type of special collector item, maybe exclusive to the Pokemon Center, somewhere in like the $200 to $400 range. In that video, we could go back over to this. Later in the video, I was talking about like the classic collection, whatever. This was kind of a flop. The MSRP was 520 Canadian on it. I said that Pokemon might put out an item, kind of catered towards collectors in the $200 to $400 range, and that really hasn't happened yet. We haven't seen some special exclusive item. We might towards the holiday season, especially going into the 30th anniversary next year. That is entirely possible, but if not, I mean, that was kind of a bold prediction out in left field. I figured I'd throw a curveball at the end of the video, and that hasn't come true yet. Now, I will say that would be an awesome thing if Pokemon decide to do that. Maybe you kind of do like a collector item to pay homage to Gen 9 and the Scarlet and Violet era. I know it's done at this point, but maybe they go back and do something like that just to close everything out. Or maybe they do something again, like I said, for the 30th anniversary coming up next year. If that doesn't happen though, whatever, I will say that I'm wrong on that prediction. So I ended up getting a couple things right to the degree that I was right. Not really that much, especially for the Sword and Shield stuff. I mean, the same Fusion Strike was going to hit 400. It's now more than double that. I think Lost Origin, I said, was going to hit 350. These are now going for what, like $800, $850 on TCG Player, on eBay. It's getting close to 9 too. Brilliant Stars and Chilling Reign, I think these, I was like, yeah, if they hit 350, like 325, whatever the number was, that'd be pretty good. They're now both pushing $500, $550 on a couple of those. Evolving Skies, I mean, this is basically a 3K box at this point. I don't think anybody thought it was going to get this far in 2025, but it has. And I just want to close out the video by saying, like, it really doesn't matter if I get predictions wrong. For me, I just try and be right more than I'm wrong. And luckily enough, over the past couple of years that I've been investing hard, that has been the case. I went huge into Sword and Shield. I went fairly large into Surging Sparks out the gate after I saw like the Pikachu, the Latias, the Milotic. I remember I was probably like the first person on YouTube after those leaks came out where I was telling everyone the box you could still pre-order $100. I said, buy that, go heavy into it. I sold a lot of mine for basically double a couple months after release. You guys can let me know in the comments down below what you think. What were your predictions for 2025? What have you got right? What have you got wrong? And I'll probably end up doing another prediction video in December of this year for 2026, and then maybe halfway through 2026 or towards the end of the year, we'll do another kind of one of these updates and review what has happened and what I said in that video. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.